Okay, and we go to screen share. So now we're over here at the very beginning, and this would be a good measure to practice by itself. The rhythm here is...
I gotta get rid of this flag. Okay.
The rhythm here is 6 string. I mean, the rhythm is 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So the lower notes are actually occurring at different parts than the top chord. 1, and then the little chord on top, 2 bass notes, chord on top, bass note, chord on top. So I'm doing this like a percussion. This is kind of a bossa nova rhythm. There are many different ways to do bossa nova rhythms, but this is a pretty simple way. So one finger is on the note B on the 5th string, 2nd fret. The rest in first measure is open. And I would practice just doing that by itself. That's measure 1. And then I look and skip 2 bars to measure 3, sorry. Measure 3, you've got 2 open strings, not 3 on the top. But other than that, it's the same as measure 1, same rhythm. If we skip to measure 5, we've got an A minor chord. These 3 notes are on the 5th fret. All on the 5th fret. I didn't write a 5 there for some reason. I don't know why. Fret 5. Yeah. And so you've got 2, 3, and 4 lined up on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. And that rhythm is pretty much the same, except I'm going to play the 5th string and 1st string together with the thumb and the ring finger. And then after that, I have the... But the tricky part is the bass note now over here is on the 6th string, because this is an A on the 5th string with an A minor chord, and the alternate bass note's going to go on the 6th string.
The bass note just the open E?
Open E, yeah. So this chord here, which you could practice by itself, this chord here and this chord here, measure 9, are exactly the same. And this chord kind of continues into measure 6. This is the same chord. And then here, we can take out these 2 bass notes if you like. Those 2 notes are going to be on the 1st string. So you did that just a moment ago, but before that would come... And then you're back to the E minor chord. First position. And you take your 2nd finger, slide it down to the note A, and your 1st finger on the note B, and you have 3 strings, 5th string, 3rd string, and 2nd. There's a little arrow that shows you the picture. Then you got to go all the way up to the 7th fret, and then down to 3rd position. So the best way to practice this is not to try to go straight through. This is contrary to what you will want to do. You'll want to play it straight through. But you're better off first pick up, see if you can figure out this rhythm and get that rhythm on measure 1 and 3. That rhythm will be exactly the same. You measure 1, 3, 5, although the chord's different. 7, the chord's the same. 9, the chord's different. And 11, the chord's the same. So if you get that first measure, you've pretty much got most of the chords, the chord rhythms down. Then the other rhythms on the other measures they're the variable. So I've recorded this, but I'm going to go and just do just these 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So if you practice this, I'll put it on YouTube. And if you practice this along with that should work. Let's see here. So I'm doing measure 1, just the chord with my first fingers on B. And I'm doing 6th string and the top 3 strings. 3, 4. I'll do it 2 times. And repeat. Let's do it 2 more times. Now, if I move 2 measures from there, that would be measure 3 right over here. I'm not going to hit the top string, but the rest of it's the same. Again. And one more time. Okay, so what we just did was measures 1 and 3. Measure 7 is the same as measure 1, and measure 11 is the same as measure 1. So the 2 exceptions, when we get to measure 5, we've got to line up 2, 3, and 4 fingers on the top 3 strings, on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. That's right here, and this is fret 5, all 3 of them. And here you're being asked to play the 5th string and 1st string together with the thumb and the A finger, and then index middle. 3, 4, try it. And repeat. 2 more times. Last time. And then you're going to go back to the E minor chord here. And then when you get to measure 9, you're going to do that same chord we just did. The only chord that's not here, that's just one time, is this chord here. You're hitting 5th, 3rd, and 2nd, and it looks like this here. And you've got your first finger on B and your second finger on A, and you're playing the 5th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Then right after you do that, you go to the 7th fret with the 4th finger, which is position 5. Slide down 2 frets to position 3, and you have 4-1 on the 1st string, A and G, and 4-1 on the 2nd string, E and D, and then you're right back to measure 1. Now, I'll tell you what the inspiration of the song is afterwards, but here it is from the top. I'll move it up. And that's the whole
What's
song.
the inspiration?
A song that it doesn't sound anything like, but if you remember the song, Ricky, Don't Lose That Number.
Yeah.
It's kind of the inspiration of the song, but it's not the same melody.
Yeah, okay.
So afterwards, as
Wow,
long as you're playing the
I can hear a
pentatonic,
lot of songs in there.
yeah, there are a lot of songs that use that same kind of rhythm. In the 19s, mid 60s and 70s, Latin music really became even more integrated, but it was already becoming